safety first here. We offer drills on this quite often on how to climb the ladder. And we like to think also that we provide professional development to our employees, climbing the ladder of success, if you will, as well. It's somewhat of a metaphor, and we think people appreciate that touch of humour.
Tell us about what this is.
Yep, so this is where we store a lot of our animals. Most of these are sort of pre-shipping, so we've got a couple of them still settling over the fireside. And then we've got some of the larger animals that don't fit in one container, so we put them in multiple containers to be taken off to put into whatever urn the owner has requested, the client has requested. Yeah, so we store them all in here.
And so obviously, how do you keep track of what is where? And
we've got a labelling system, which it's actually on the other side of these, but they're pretty well separated out according to genome and species. And like we've got all the dogs and four-legged small animals over there. Anything large is typically down that end, and the marine stuff is on the other side of us. And this is kind of the miscellaneous chunk in the centre. Yeah. Sometimes they're hard to open.
Rolling, and do you want to just tell us about what you do here?
Yes, well, we're here at ARC headquarters, and here at ARC we offer a boutique service to certain clients, zoos, celebrities, individuals of special wealth, pretty much. When they've had a loved pet or animal of other sort pass on, they render the body over to us, and we process them in our specialised cremation facilities. From there we take the remains from that, we can them, and we provide them back to the owner in a lovely package, really. And it's just about making that process for them, that grief and that moving on but retaining those memories a lot easier and a lot nicer.
So you offer funeral services as well?
We do at times. It really depends on the owner. Like, a lot of the time they will do the funeral at their end. For example, we get a lot of clients coming from overseas, so the funeral may have taken place, for example, in Los Angeles. From there they would send the body to us. Certainly for local clients we offer advice, and we've got a lovely little chapel out in the back where we can put it on. We've got a nice little tea room as well, so we put on a bit of a spread afterwards too.
So I see that you actually do some wild animals from parks, so you recommend this as a process for animals naturally die, or diseased animals, or?
Well, we have to be very careful, of course, with diseased animals and the like. There are quarantine procedures, and certainly we don't want to risk exposing the New Zealand natural wildlife to anything that could be dangerous. But if it's from like a game park, perhaps we'd take that on. Occasionally we do pro bono work if it's like an endangered species or the like, or it's particularly special to New Zealand or even to other countries' ecosystem. We might offer that.
So it's not just sentimental.
No, well, I think that's a broader issue there, because it's really sentimentality for a nation. You know, we like to think we're providing a service to the community as well as to individuals, although certainly to individuals is our primary focus.
It's not really a promoted business either. You sort of, it's not you know, highly prolific.
No, not entirely. Certainly, though, in the circles with which we associate, word gets round. You know, there are things that perhaps the general public don't always get wind of, but certainly if you are in a position to be able to make use of our service, you are probably aware of it. Certainly for owners of the more exotic species, such as your Bengal tigers or your elephants and the like, those owners are aware of our existence, certainly.
Okay, how many people do you employ here?
Well, we've got a team of 7 at this facility. It's a reasonably small operation. We don't require a lot of manpower. We have people obviously operating the cremation facilities. We've got the canning facilities. That's quite a big part of the process as well. And various advice. We've got a business team as well. They're not actually centred here at the moment. We've got some offices off just over the other side of the city, really, and they take care of the sales and the obviously not so much the marketing. We don't do so much marketing, but handling the business and the accounts and that kind of thing.
So what's your specific job here?
Well, I supervise this facility, so I ensure that the animals were brought in are done so correctly, following procedure. I manage the cremation process, ensuring that follows all regulations. There's a lot of environmental regulations in addition to just providing a good service for our customers, and seeing it right through to the packaging of the ashes and the ultimate dispatch back to the owners.
Great. Well, we'll go and have a look through some of the processes and meet some of the staff.
I'd be happy for you to do so. Well, this is our dispatch and processing facility. We've obviously got a lot of packages ready to go out, and also we handle some of our inward goods here as well. But in addition, we've got our one of our processing facilities out here, and one of our staff members here, Darren. Darren, come down and have a word. Tell us about what you do.
No TV was here, Matt.
It's an important day. Didn't you see the memo in the tea rooms?
So tell us about what this machine is and what you're doing here at the moment.
So do I talk to?
Just talk to me.
Talk to you?
Yeah.
So this is the cremation unit. At the moment we've got a quarter of an elephant in here. So it pretty much burns the whole thing down, and then we'll put it through the vacuumer and it goes into the packer. So
you say a quarter of an elephant, you actually don't put the whole thing in at once?
No, well often the animals arrive frozen, and with the bigger ones they don't actually fit in the unit itself, so we have to put it through the sizing unit. So that's really only for elephants, and we had a giraffe once, and the rest of the time they typically fit.
There's the rhinoceros too.
That's right. Yeah, rhinoceros.
that was quite a feat, really, because it presented a few problems to our machinery, but we were able to take care of it.
Is that something you tell your clients?
Sometimes they ask, but usually it's not a problem because most animals fit in their one size. So no, we don't just tell them that we're going to cut your giraffe in half. But if they asked, yeah, we'd tell them.
So you've obviously got multiple. Sorry, is that?
Well, you know, we do it certainly with a lot of respect. We will really refer to it as cutting up and processing with love.
I imagine people probably don't really want to know. They just want to come
they can be sure that we will treat the whole process with respect and care, and certainly we understand that those animals were very important to their owners, and we want to ensure we reflect that right through. Darren, I think you were charged of this particular process. Could you tell us a bit more about that?
Yep, this is a cool one, because this is actually a series of celebrity boxes. This one right here.
Oh, you're not allowed to say.
Oh, can't be. So could you just say that again?
We're not allowed to. We've got some confidentiality procedures, obviously, but
yeah, but who's he?
We can give them a little hint, I think.
He's not going to tell. It's Mike Tyson's tiger, big yellow tiger, right there. So that's post process. Just ready to get shipped back to him. It's been a bit of a highlight for us. It's a major celebrity. It's cool.
Just say you couldn't tell something about along the lines of Harry can't tell. Tell me what to do again. To Darren?
To Darren, how I can't talk about that. Well, Darren, you know we pride ourselves on our confidentiality.
Oh, no, that's right.
Post process. It's Mike Tyson's Bengal tiger. This has been a bit of a special project for us. We had to specially clean the machines beforehand and get special settings in, and it's been good. It's been really good.
So you get a lot of celebrity things like that?
Well, yes, certainly. I think, obviously, people of a certain wealth in particular send their animals to us, and celebrities are of that nature. And I think, yeah, celebrities in particular have always appreciated the companionship of their animals and have a great deal of pride in them. And they want to ensure they get the best send-off they can. Back out of the way. Well, I'm just going to go and check on the status of our next order. It's a very big one and we're very proud to have it.
I mean, it's alright. It's not bad. It pays the bill. And where am I looking? Look here. Yeah, it's alright. I mean, I've been here for this is my 6th year now, and I mean, you get past the smell. And people are good. The money's alright, and I don't know. It's kind of cool being able to say, well, today I was hanging out with a giraffe. Tomorrow we got 3 monkeys and a rhinoceros coming through.
A rhinoceros? Where's that from?
That was already done. We've done that. That was from Uganda. No, I don't know. It was one of those countries. Kenya.
Was it private or was it from the wild?
I think it was private. I don't really do a lot of that sort of stuff. I just know that the animal comes in, and if there's something special about it, like this tiger here, then I know. But most of the time I don't know where they've come from, and it makes it easier as well sometimes, not knowing that this was so-and-so's thing and how they died and all that sort of stuff.
Where do you see yourself going with this in the future?
I mean, there's a lot of room for growth within ARC. I mean, at the moment I'm operating 3 of the systems out of 5. So really, if I could get up to a supervisor level, we might be able to pull in another person underneath me, and I could be supervising them. Yeah, there's a lot of room for growth. It's quite cool.
A little bit about what this is going on here.
Well, this is our refrigeration unit, or one of our refrigeration units, where in this case we keep some of our smaller animals in here. I don't think we've got too many in there at the moment. But, you know, we don't often deal with cats and dogs and the like. Owners tend to deal with those on a more localized level. There are services which are smaller operations than ours, but for preferred customers, sometimes they want that level of service that only we provide. So we'll certainly do what we can when requested.
Yeah, so that's it there.
What's that?
This was one of the greyhounds from the, what was the big year, 74? The 74 races of greyhounds where they had the big spill outs and lots of noise. I don't know the exact details, but apparently that's an important box.
We've had to hang on to that one for a little while. We usually wouldn't keep them that long, but certainly with the facilities that we can take care of those if necessary. For this purpose, I think it was probably originally intended for perhaps the restaurant business, but certainly it provides essentially the same outcome. It'll keep things at a uniform temperature, which won't lead to any issues. Obviously, when you're dealing with animals, and in this case recently deceased animals, they can change into slightly different forms fairly quickly. So, you know, we keep good hygiene practices going, and in this case, the refrigerated unit does that very nicely.
So this is the new vacuum packer. It's going to actually clip onto the edge of the cremation unit, and it means that we don't have to manually unload the ashes into the vacuum packer, which is great because that's not a fun job. So this will just bolt sort of straight onto the far end, we can't see, of that, and once the cremation is done, give it a couple hours to cool down, and then it'll vacuum pack it straight through. It just really makes things a lot cleaner and easier. Yeah, it's really cool.
We're very excited about this one. It's been a long time coming. It's German engineering, so it's top of the line stuff really, and we think it's going to take the business to a new level.
So this is the freezer unit. it's quite full at the moment. We've had a lot of work coming through. There was a big aquarium in Brazil, Argentina, Brazil. I think it was Brazil, and they had a disease go through or something. So they got a whole bunch of sharks and whales and things that they wanted to save. So we got them sized over there. It was some of the smaller porpoises. And so we've got all the sections stored in here, and once we're finished dealing with this elephant, then we'll be getting a lot of these guys through, and hopefully we'll be able to get through some of it, because it takes a long time.
Why do you think they don't just chuck it on the beach or just bury a hole in the back garden, you know? Why do they send it to you?
Well, you know, these animals meant a lot to the people who owned them or looked after them, and I think, you know, they become members of the family, really, or certainly even if they're in a zoo, then there are a lot of people in the city that care for it. And, you know, you wouldn't just throw a family member on the beach. Well, maybe some people would, I don't know, that's not really how we do things around here, though. So I think those people just want to feel like their animals really cared for, and certainly they appreciate the end we're able to provide them with the ashes or otherwise processed forms of their bodies, and they can hang on to them for really as long as they like.
What do you think, especially in places like Thailand, where they eat a lot of these kind of creatures, and they do have terrible poaching records and such, and they have such value for the animals that are in the aquariums. What do you think they do with them when they get back them the final product?
Yeah, there's certainly all sorts of different things that people do, like, and it depends on what we provide them with. Certainly, say, private owners might just keep them in the ashes in an urn, for example. We can also provide taxidermy services here, so we can actually give you something that kind of looks like the original animal, and people appreciate that. It's nice to have on the wall. Sometimes zoos have done that. For example, in the gift shop area, they might have the head of a beloved animal from days gone by. That also means they don't have to update all their gift shop material, for example, the greeting cards and the souvenir t-shirts and the like. They still remain relevant. But, you know, other than that, I can't really speak for countries like the Thailand or others where, you know, perhaps the philosophy around animals is somewhat different to our own, but, you know, I like to think that whatever we provide to them, they appreciate and then can really do with as they wish. Well, this is really our storage area where we retain the animals immediately prior to dispatch back to the owners. We of course do so as swiftly as possible, but sometimes the owners have preferred windows of time in which they'd like to receive them. Perhaps they're going to hold some sort of ceremony to mark the life of the animal if they hadn't done so already. And also just for our purposes, sometimes we need to retain them slightly longer. So this is really our area where we just keep everything in stock. It's of course again a secured facility. Everything is up to all math hygiene standards and the like, and we're fairly proud of it. It was a new extension on the facility we had previously. We were starting to run a bit low on space, and I think that's just reflective though of how the business has grown over the years and the success we've all experienced and enjoyed.
And so what's your part of the process up here? What do you actually do? Up here?
Well, again, it's supervisory, again, just making sure everything, health and safety standards, no one's going to trip over anything, that we're making the best use of our space, and indeed that orders, well not orders, that the animals are dispatched back to their owners in a timely fashion, and so just keeping tabs on all that, really.
Great. These reported fragility of this area here?
Well, of course, this is we have to be very careful in this area. There's a lot of this is part of the process.
Shit.
Darren, come on, Darren.
I told you we can't
talked about this before. No, you know that we've got contingency plans, obviously. So the way we stock them is all things may fall down, but they will be fine because of that's no, that's right. That's good, Darren. You keep figuring that out. We're going to talk about this later, Darren. Remember what we said last time? Right. Let's just take a look down here. As you can see, these are all upright. That's we've got that's fully under control, and so I think, as you can see, we run a very tight ship here. It's we're one big happy family, really.
A lot here? Do they?
Do you want to turn the camera out for just for a second? Because we don't. We're not meant to stack them this. Is the camera off?
Yeah.
We're not meant to stack them this high, but the shipping hasn't been going out because we haven't had enough to pay for it. So we've been having to stack them up a lot higher than actually regulation allows. So when I was trying to get one of these ones up on the top, I knocked another one of these things and they all fell over.
Darren, what are you saying, Darren? What are you talking about, Darren?
I'm just backing up this.
Yeah, this is just
really
obviously
tall
standard
pile
process. We always need to make sure everything's in order, and as you can see, it's all out. So. Darren? Pest control system, patented, I designed it, I'm quite proud of it. Obviously we keep things well under control here, but occasionally rats or mice or other vermin may be in the vicinity, perhaps in other facilities around it.
So they're attracted to cremated animals?
I don't know if they're attracted to cremated animals in particular, but it might harbour some element of interest to them, or just as they perhaps try to find warmth inside from the elements outside. We make sure that they cannot cross this barrier. If they try, they will be electrocuted.
Can you just tell us, point this out one more time, just the start of that part?
Yeah, sure. This is our rodent control system, or other vermin, or any other creatures that come in. And as soon as they cross this line, they will be electrocuted quite severely, and their life will cease fairly swiftly, if not immediately.
Great.
Oysters.
On
Just everything?
your job?
Well, you know, we're very proud of the service we provide here, and our customers have certainly indicated to us that they appreciate what we do. We've come a long way over the years. We started out as a very small operation, it's just grown and grown, and I think that's just on the back of the quality of the service we provide. And I'm looking forward to, I think, a very bright future here. I can see us just getting bigger and bigger and better year after year, and I think we're all looking forward to that round here.
Just a quick summary, like one sentence of what you do here?
We provide a service to owners of prestige animals and large animals, whereby we take their deceased forms, process them and return them to their owners in a lovely neat package.
Just a summary of your job here?
Yeah, so I'm a primary service operation technician for ARC, and that pretty much means I take the animals from a raw or frozen state right through to a final packaged state and ready to ship them off, and I do most of the actual machine operations as well. So yeah, it's cool. I see the whole life cycle. of the deceased animals. It's cool.
Another day done here. Another day of pride-filled work for us, and so we're excited to be going home for a nice barbecue.